Hi everyone, welcome to week 11. I didn't get to make a video last week, so I thought I'd make one this week just to kind of catch us back up, talk about where we are in the course and what we're going to see left in the course. We don't have a whole lot left. There's only actually 4 weeks, right? This is week 11. We have 12, 13, and then we have April break, and then we have week 14 after. So we only have basically 4 weeks left of the class, so not a whole lot left, but I think we still have some really good stuff left to get to. But let me just wrap it up with the poetry unit. I think we had a really nice poetry unit. It lasted a little while, and I added that one extra module last week, which is on ekphrastic poetry and looking at poetic descriptions of visual art. And I like that unit because I think it's interesting, and it gave us a chance to talk about spoken word poetry and how poetry that's performed is different than poetry that's written. And I think we had some really good discussion and really good debate in the discussion forums on whether or not poetry should be read or should be performed. And I think probably it depends. It depends on the type of poetry that you're doing. But slam poetry is all about the performance, right? Whereas there's poetry that's just meant to be written. That's more, I think, about the language on the page. But interesting anyways. I really look forward to reading everybody's ekphrastic poem. I thought that was one of the sort of fun activities that I put into the course was, here's a chance to write a poem. And I did get a few people who emailed me who were worried about writing the poem. Don't worry too much about it. It's really just a sort of fun activity that gets you thinking like a poet and practicing writing like a poem, right? I don't expect everybody's poem to be, proofread or anything like that. It's just a fun activity. And I would like to teach a creative writing class and give people more of a chance to do some of their own work, but that was kind of a fun activity. I think overall the poetry unit went really well. We had so many good discussions, and I think learned a lot of great things and read a lot of great poems. So I think we're at a really good place right now. This week, week 11, we're moving into our last sort of genre of our last 2 genres, which is drama as a genre and film adaptations of drama is what we're going to be talking about for the next 2 weeks. So this week we're talking about drama, but we're not going to talk about it in the same way that we talked about poetry and fiction in terms of the elements of drama. There are certain elements of drama that I'm going to have you read about that make it distinct from the other 2 genres, such as stage directions, right? Drama is obviously written just descriptions, language that the characters would actually say in the text. There are certain features that go along with the drama, such as asides and dramatic monologues. But for the most part, a lot of the core features of drama are very similar to the features of fiction in terms of plot and setting, character, symbolism, things like that, or poetry in terms of a lot of drama was actually written in blank verse or iambic pentameter, so a lot of that ties in together with some of the other genres. So we're actually going to this week talk a little bit about thematic genres. So we're going to look at drama and talk about sort of feminist and Marxist types of drama and types of work. So we're looking at genre in a different way, sort of thematically. And there are some good videos on Marxism and feminism, just to kind of give you some ideas of the different theories that underlie each. And I'm going to have you be looking this week and next week at the sort of feminist and Marxist undertones of the pieces of drama that we're going to be reading, which should be a lot of fun. And this week we have several great pieces of short drama that we're going to read. I'm having you read one of the famous pieces of drama by Susan Glaspell called Trifles. It's a really nice sort of murder mystery. It's a good short one-act. And I'm also going to have you read a dramatic monologue called Rodeo by Jane Martin, which I really like. Some people are really hot and cold on this one, but I think it's hilarious. And then I'm going to have you read a play by a local playwright called The Worker by Walter Wykes, and it's again a very funny short play. So read those 3, and then the activities this week are about sort of looking at them, and especially looking at them through the feminist and Marxist lenses, and thinking about drama as a genre for the Journal 9. So that should get us a little bit into drama. And then next week, I'm going to have you read, which is week 12, I'm going to have you read one full-length piece of drama. And I mentioned this a couple weeks ago that we were going to do this, and I said that I was looking at some different ones and that I might change it. It's currently listed as The Importance of Being Earnest. And I spent a lot of time reading pieces of drama and trying to decide, Could we change it, not change it? I thought about changing it to August Wilson's Fences. I thought about changing it to Oedipus Rex. I thought about changing it to For Colored Girls Who've Considered Suicide When the Rainbow's Enough. But ultimately I decided to go with The Importance of Being Earnest just because it's an awesome play and it's hilarious, and I think you guys will appreciate how funny and how intricate the play is. It's really a masterful work of art, and I think everybody should read The Importance of Being Earnest. So we're going to read that next week, and it fits in really well with our discussion of feminism and Marxism. And so next week I'm going to have you look at that full-length play through those lenses and think about, how it conforms to feminist or genres or Marxist genres. And then the week after that, week 13, I'm going to have you watch a full-length film production of The Importance of Being Earnest. And I put one up there that's an older adaptation. You can watch the older adaptation, or you could rent the newer one. It's the newer one that just came out a few years ago. There's no link to it, but I'll give you the name of it and where to find it if you want to rent that one instead. It's probably a different, more modern production of it, and so there might be a lot of differences in it. And then I'm going to have you do the essay for that week, which is to analyze or compare the film adaptation to the original text and write a comparative essay about the ways that those two are similar or different. And we'll talk more about that, but those are just a couple of things coming up over the next few weeks. So that's about it for this introduction video. I just want to kind of touch base with you. Everybody's doing a great job in the class so far. Keep up the good work. And this week we'll be on to short drama, and I look forward to talking with you in the discussion boards.